Que lo que mi gente? I'm here today with another DIY. And like I told you guys in a previous video, I use different ways of clearing my skin, even in my skin tone, and also getting rid of dark marks, etc. So with that, I'm gonna also be doing a little bit of grooming. And when I say a little bit of grooming, I really mean a little bit of grooming because, you know, I don't want to mess up my floors. Y'all know how I am about my floors, and I'm a hairy person. So at the end of the day, very little. Okay, we're not gonna do that whole because clean up and then it's my floors. Really, they're important to me. So we're not gonna mess up my floors today. I'm sensitive about my floors, so we're gonna do a little bit of chatting and you know just chatting. Like we can chat. We can chat. It's okay for us to chat with each other. You know, we cool like that, right? And with that being said, estoy aquí con un otro video. Primero, vamos a comenzar. Okay, so here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, I don't know what this move is. It's just, I'm moving. I like to stay moving. So, I have some scissors here. Well, not scissors. These are shears because I feel like every time you're dealing with something with your skin, you should use like the proper scissors for that. You don't want to use like regular scissors and then like you cutting everything with those things. This is strictly for just hair. So keep that in mind. Like even when it comes to like hair on your face, you still should use the proper scissors or whatever, and be very, very careful because scissors, you just can't be just doing all this or whatever. Okay. So I'm gonna start doing this because like the reason why I cut this, right, is because when I talk, like after a certain point when I talk, I just feel it on my lips, and I don't like it's bad enough I talk too much. I don't want to keep feeling myself talk. You know what I'm saying? So just go across it like that. Don't do nothing too special or whatever. Like don't try to get too creative or whatever, because once you cut it, it's cut. so do a little brush. Got my brush here so we can make sure, and the little bit of mess I'm making is freaking cringy right now because I have OCD, so I'm like, that hit the floor. That hit the floor. There's another piece on the floor. And I'm trying to do this using my camera view, so if I miss a spot, don't judge me. Don't judge me because I'm trying to show y'all that, doing this stuff is important. You gotta learn how to groom yourself, even if you make some mistakes sometimes. You gotta really, I gotta get a little closer. Let me see what I'm doing. But yeah, like, even if you make little mistakes or whatever here and there, it's not gonna be perfect. It's like, who's judging? And plus, tomorrow I'm getting a shape up anyway, so whatever. For the haters, just get a little bit on the side like that. It gets a little long. You wanna, I know it don't look like I'm cutting anything, but I really am. It's just my hair is so thick on my face. It doesn't look like anything is happening right now. Or whatever. But whatever. Not that big a deal. Just cleaning it up. So, and this is just really for the fact that you can't get to the barber yet, and you just kind of want to like do a little something just to kind of present yourself outside. But it's definitely something that we as guys, because I feel like women do this, we're more on top of this because they be trying to really impress a lot. I mean, they do a lot of it for themselves, I believe, too. But you know, most of the time, you doing whatever you doing to yourself for other people to like look and be like, oh, that person look good, or that person this, or that person that, or maybe you got a nice, maybe you got a significant other that you trying to look good for. That's okay. You know, it's okay to do that because trust me, if I was in a relationship with somebody and she was always looking raggedy, it's kind of like, okay, we're gonna stop doing this because I mean, I don't know if you're comfortable or whatever it is, but I feel like you're a little too comfortable because I mean, I didn't meet you like this. Like, what are you doing? What are we doing? Like, so, you know, yeah. So that's the thing. Like, I feel like you should always try to look good for your significant other because that's important. This is what keeps people attracted to you. I don't know if you guys can see whatever's going on out there, but yeah, this is what keeps you. This is what keeps people attracted to you. Keep them looking like okay, that healthy jealousy. Because some people they just go over the top with the jealous or whatever. But that healthy jealousy. So it's kind of like okay, I want to keep myself up so that my spouse or whoever can, continue to be attracted to me, kind of situation. So now we're chatting. So at the end of the day, you know, I'm trying to do some things. But what I'm gonna do before I start this chat or whatever, I wanna insert a video so you guys can see how I put together a portion of my DIY or whatever. Right here, what you see is what do you see? Potato water or potato juice or whatever the case is. Not the most attractive thing to say, potato juice, but it's potato juice. It has a little bit of lemon in it, and in the video I'm going to show you guys how I prepare it because how do you get the juice? So before I continue, watch the video. Okay, so now that you guys have seen how to create this, um, I'm going to also add a little bit of honey because like I said in a previous video, or like I wanted to say in a previous video and maybe didn't say, I like to add honey to things like that are really loose like this, because when you add the honey allows it to stick to your face in some kind of way. So if you don't want it, well, you're not gonna prevent it from being drippy unless you put something that's, you know, that has a texture. But at least you know when you put it on your face, it's staying there. And plus, also with honey, also helps with brightening up your complexion, fading dark marks, and making your skin softer and supple, etc. So honey is always a good base to have when you're applying DIYs to your face, and it's particularly loose like this, because this is like equivalent to just, you know, water. It's like completely liquid, so it's no bulk in here at all. As you guys seen in the video, like I literally strained it and, you know, got whatever I had to get from it to get that potato. And yeah, I'm just gonna add this. You know, you guys know I'm not the guy that does all these measurements or whatever, because, you know, I think people be ODing with that, like, oh, you gotta put 3 tablespoons, and it's like, yeah, I mean, if you wanna be super precise and you've already kind of experimented with the amount of tablespoons or teaspoons you have to put in something in order to get a particular consistency, then that's great. You know, like, do your thing. That's cool. But me, I like to eyeball things or whatever. I'm not really looking for like a thickness, because this is not going to get thick. The honey is basically going to allow it to stay on my face after I apply it. And, you know, I'm giving it time to kind of marinate in it a little bit, because, you know, once the honey starts to dry, it's literally really drying, and it stays there. You can tell where it is because the honey has a shine to it, like a little natural shine to it. It's harder to miss a spot once it starts to dry. So now that I've explained that to you guys, while I'm, you know, applying this to my face, I'm going to be chatting with you guys about a couple of different things, right? So one of the things that I want to mention, that thing always goes off when I'm doing a video. Yeah, really good, really good. So we are right now approaching the holiday season, and you know, it's a time for giving and giving thanks and being thankful for different things. And you know, I have a couple of things that I want to mention, because I noticed that, you know, I have certain people, or I've had certain experiences where, you know, how a person gives you a gift and it's open already, and it's kind of like you're giving them that look like, was this like this? And they're like, oh, I opened it, and you just looking like, yeah, clearly, or whatever. And it's kind of like,
why?
And my thing is, oh, there we go. That's cold. My thing is, you know, like, why is it open? You know, and I feel like, in my opinion, this may not be the case for every situation, but in my opinion, I feel like people, when they're going shopping for others, they have a little bit too much of them in mind, like themselves, because, you know, I've witnessed and I've noticed certain situations where a person will go in somewhere and they'll be like, oh, this is cute, or this is really, really nice, and then they're looking at it for themselves instead of focusing their attention on the person that they're getting something for. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's kind of cheap and sad, because it's like, when you're doing something for somebody else, be selfless. Don't freaking go and with the intention of, oh, this looks nice for me, because then the quality of that gift that you're giving somebody is not going to mean as much as it could have, you know. And I feel like that's something that people have to take into consideration when they're shopping for somebody. Like, get what you need for you before you go looking for something for somebody else, because all it's going to do is make it to where that person doesn't get the gift. It's a little on the drippier side or whatever, but it's cool. It's cool. We good. You know, do what you have to do for you first, or whatever the case is, or just be completely selfless. And I'm spilling this on the floor right now. Okay. And then go out and get them something, right? Now, that brings me to another situation to where, people, they give you such cheap gifts or whatever like that. Like that gift that you give a person just to say that you gave them something, but it doesn't have any real value to it or any thought that went into it. And I like to consider myself a really good gift giver because I really put thought into it. I really think about, like, okay, does this person need this? Can this person really use this? Or is this something that the person really, really wanted? And you do it because when the person opens a gift or whatever the case is, you see their face light up like, oh wow, like this is nice, like I really like this, or this is what I really needed, or whatever the case is. That's the reaction that I'm looking for. And clearly everybody is not like that, but I feel like if you can't give a person something that they actually really wanted, or something that they can really use that has some type of value, some type of meaning behind it, don't waste your time getting them anything, because that's just a cheap shot. Like, you giving people stuff just to say you gave them something. So it's kind of like, oh, my work is done. And then it's kind of like, if somebody did that to you, you would feel some kind of way, because it's kind of like, wait, hold on. So I spent the whole entire year trying to figure out the perfect gift to get you, and you just went out, got something random, and then wrapped it up and gave it to me. Like, that's like disgusting. And I hate when people do stuff like that. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like, look, if you don't want to put the necessary effort and time into certain things, don't do it at all. Don't do it at all. Don't waste my time pretty much don't waste my time. Don't waste your time or whatever. Just be on some, okay, don't get me anything because I'm not getting anybody anything. So it's kind of like, okay, well, that's you or whatever. I respect it. But absolutely do not, because then when you see, like, for example, you get your gift or whatever the case is, and then when you see what the person got themselves, it's kind of like, really? Okay. Like, it's a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face, because it's kind of like, okay, so it's not like your pockets was funny or your pockets was messed up in any type of way. You just didn't feel like I was worth getting something of value. And that's cool, because the same way that you can not give me something of value, I could do the same thing. I could do the same thing, because people's expectations be a certain type of way when they are receiving. But when they're giving, they're like pinching, like, oh,
I don't want to spend too much of my money. I have to give this person something. I gotta give this person something.
And it's understandable. But, it would be nice for you to kind of not match the gift that you get, but try to get decently close. Because it's kind of like, okay, if this person is willing to come out of their pockets a certain amount for me, I should do the same thing when it comes to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't prioritize on, like, oh, okay, well, I want to impress this person, and that person don't be getting you nothing, and I'm just going to get this person whatever just to say I got them something. And it's like, don't do that to me, because at the end of the day, you will be upset. Because I consider myself a really good gift giver, but when a person try to play themselves with me, it's kind of like, okay, no, it's cool. It's cool, because that ain't going to happen again. That will not happen again to me. because at the end of the day, it's like if I really want it, I can get it for myself. However, it's the thought of you wanting to do something like that, because I always feel like when you get somebody something, or when you do things for people and with the good intentions behind it, you get all that stuff back. You get all that stuff back. And I have, by the way, I have definitely gotten that stuff back. But it's just people that have this thing about being super cheap about certain things, and it's like I said, look, if it means that much to you, to where you just getting somebody something just to say you got something for them, or whatever the case is, don't do it at all. I'm so adamant about that, because it's kind of like I could save my money and you clearly could save yours, because it wasn't going to be of quality anyway. So just don't do it. And that's really what it is. Like, at the end of the day, you don't have to do all that extra trying to just have it just to have it, or just do it just to do it. Everything that you do should have things like that, it should have some type of meaning behind it, or whatever like that. Like, a person can really look at you and be like, wow, you know me, or wow, you really put a lot of thought into this one. You know what I'm saying? And when you don't do that, you don't have to waste your time. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that, because I know there's people that be very, very pinchy when it comes to something they got to get other people, but when they trying to give themselves something, it's like, oh, I'm about to go all out, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. And it's like, well, what about that person that be going all out for you? Did you really think about that one? Or are you just still thinking about yourself? Or whatever. Because I don't want another year like that. You know what I'm saying? Where, I'm getting something, and it's kind of like, you see when they get your gift, they face light up, and it's like, and then you just kind of like, oh, wow, thanks, this is nice, or whatever. Or you just save face just because you don't want them to feel like you don't like it. But then at the end of the day, it's kind of like, when you really think about it, you let that time go by, and you like, I feel like they could have did better than this. Especially according to what they got themselves. I feel like they could have did better than this. And it's not, and I want to make it very clear to people, it doesn't have, what I'm saying doesn't have much to do with, not being grateful for what you have, or whatever like that, what a person got you. It's just, you have to go according to things, or whatever, because yes, it's the thought that counts, but I'm also not a fool. I catch it when people do certain things and they try to, put it off as, because I know when a person put thought into something and when they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when they did and when they didn't. Like I said, you have all year to determine what you're going to get for somebody. And I mean, if you're clearly not thinking about it, obviously it's not important to you enough for you to, put thought into it as far as what you're going to get. Especially, I mean, if a person is, not going all out, but they getting you something you really want. They getting you something that you like. So, don't be like that. Because anything a person get me, I'm grateful for it, or whatever. And if it's something that's super expensive, I'm not trying to tell a person what to buy me or how to spend their money. It's just, look, go according. If I'm spending a certain amount of money, or if I'm getting you certain things, because it doesn't always have to do with the amount of money you spend, because it could literally be something a person just wanted, never got the time to get it, or didn't have the money at the time to get it for themselves, and you just got it, and it's kind of like, wow, you just saved this person a whole lot of time and also money getting something. They really wanted that. They really wanted and needed that. So, you did that. But, that's not to say that I'm not grateful, because if I really want it, I'll just get it for myself. That's really what it is. And I know there's a lot of people out there that, if they really want certain things or whatever, and they know that a person probably can't afford what they want, then they'll just get it for themselves, because it's like, okay, whatever, I'm going to get it regardless. But, when you know that the person could have did better, then it's kind of like, okay, now, we're not trying to, we're not competing with each other with who got the best gift. It's just, if a person is blessing you with something or whatever the case is, and you notice that this is their character, it's not like, oh, they just doing it for now, and this is like something that you don't have to really look forward to too much. No, if you know that's the person's character or whatever the case is, and they doing something and they trying to like make sure that you like it or whatever, like literally putting that effort in, asking people like, oh, was this person talking about anything particular that they might have wanted to get or whatever the case is, then at the end of the day, like, do your research, do what you have to do for the situation. Like we have to stop being so selfish with, oh, I want this for me, and then when you look around and you see that people are not being as supportive as they was being once upon a time, it's because they're noticing your selfishness. They're noticing that you more so thinking about what benefits you and not, oh, how we all can benefit each other in some kind of way, or we all can look at each other and be like, oh, if I can't get this, then, maybe somebody will band up and get it for me or whatever the case is, because I can't afford it, or I can't do this, I can't do that. It's a time of giving. Yeah, although you receive, it's a time of giving. So it's like, yeah, have it to where you can give another person something, but like legitimately giving them something that that has value, not some little cheap rinky dinky something they're not even going to use type situation, because then it's kind of like, okay, you didn't really put no real thought behind this, because it's not like you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's one of your friends you just met or whatever, they just trying to get you something, this to get you something, that's fine. If it's somebody that's closer to you or whatever the case is, don't even do that. Don't you dare get them something that just on some, I got it just to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. But with that being said, because I was all in my feelings. With that being said, or whatever the case is, I'm gonna wrap up this video with this part or whatever like that. I'm gonna wash this off. I'm gonna show you guys the results of it, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so this is my face after I washed everything off. I left that on for about 45 minutes, and this is the results or whatever. My face, it feels super soft, super soft. I can't really say that I have like a shine really to my face, but like if you could feel my face right now, it's so soft, and it feels hydrated. Like it feels like I don't have dry skin. But I would definitely recommend this DIY to my fellas, because if you have facial hair like I do, it's super hard to get things to penetrate past the hair. A lot of things sit on our hair on the face, and the part where the skin underneath the hair is being sort of neglected. So you want to have something that's like this, so that it can just you can just put it on, and then it's not something that's like really caking up the hair on your face or whatever, to where it's kind of like, okay, I just washed my face, I feel like I gotta wash it again, because all of it is still in there, or there's still some residue of whatever I put on my face in there. So that's why I like using products that are not, they don't have a whole lot of stuff in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I know my guys understand what I mean by that or whatever, because sometimes we could use like a beard oil or beard cleansers and stuff like that to kind of do that, but you kind of want something that can also you can put on your face, and you don't have to put like an additional product on there just because you have to literally get in here and all that stuff like that. But I really know when I'm neglecting my face or I'm neglecting my skin, because like my face literally starts hurting, and I'm like,
Oh, so you putting your hands on me now?
and that's how it feels. It's kind of like, why is my face hurting? Like it feels like I'm going through something right now. So that's how I know that, okay, you've been slacking a little bit and you need to get back into actually following your routines and stuff like that, because your skin talks to you and it lets you know, like, when people have thirsty looking feet, yeah, your face is pretty much the same or whatever. You don't want to keep neglecting things like that, because then when you have all of these other things that grow on, because people grow things on their faces, like, I don't know, skin tags and stuff like that, and it could be due to maybe something that they're allergic to or something that they're not doing or whatever, which is keeping their face clean or moisturizing on a constant basis. Because people, they feel like, I mean, in my opinion, I feel like certain people can't do it because, like, for instance, if it's a female and she's a person that beats her face, like, not beat her face, but the term is beat your face when people are putting on like a certain amount of makeup, and they can't come behind that and like throw a moisturizer on their face more than once in that day. So I would recommend females that beat their face to pretty much, like, and I know you're probably not going to go to sleep with it, or at least you're not supposed to go to sleep with your makeup on, so you can moisturize your face, like wash your face or whatever like that, and then moisturize your face again, and then do it again when you wake up in the morning, so that you can get at least more than that one time of, moisturizing and, tending to your face on a certain level. Because, I know when people wear makeup or whatever the case is, they're making their face, but you want to have choices. You don't want to have to make your face. You want to be able to not have makeup on and still look like,
human.
So, yeah. With that being said, this is the result of it. Although my face feels very moisturized and soft or whatever the case is, that does not mean that I don't have to put on a moisturizer. It's still good to put on a moisturizer, because you just moisturize your face in a more penetrating way, and then all you're doing is putting something light on your face afterwards, so that you can maintain what you just did, so that we can keep looking youthful and stuff like that, and not have all of these different skin issues. And I'm giving my fellas a lot of credit nowadays, because back in the day, or whatever the case is, or however a person wants to phrase that, men weren't as attentive to their skin, their overall appearance, hygiene, and all of the stuff. Like, guys, we was like slack. Not we as in me, because I always been a certain type of way, but guys have been very, very, passive about, keeping up on certain things. And I do have to give us a lot of credit now. We're being a little more, or a lot more, attentive to our health, or whatever the case is. I mean, it's a reason why guys always like die first. Because it's kind of like, you slacking a little bit. And women, they always, trying new things. They're always trying to keep up on certain things. Now, don't get me wrong, you do have women out there who just really do not care, but the vast majority do. And they're always looking for some new product or something that works to where it can keep their appearance up and they can keep their health up and stuff like that. So I'm giving a lot of credit to my guys nowadays, and I'm happy to be here to kind of help guide us further to great health and good health, decent health. Because some people, they're like, try it, but I'm not gonna go too crazy or whatever, because some guys are not comfortable in their own skin. Like, they don't even want to be caught doing some of the things that shows that they're caring for themselves, like using like a freaking application brush and all that stuff like that. Like, a lot of guys won't be caught dead doing something like that. But at the end of the day, look, however you need to do it in order for it to work for you and your lifestyle, how you want to conduct yourself, do it. Don't neglect it. Like, just find another alternative to whatever it is you actually need to do for yourself. But yeah, not to that doesn't take away from anything. I'm still giving credit to my fellas, because we have come a long way. There's some females out there who got more chest hair, more facial hair than I do. But when you plucking it, sometimes depending on how you did it or what type of skin you have, it may leave a dark mark, and you need some help. You need to actually help yourself get that stuff cleared up, or whatever's going on in your facial area, because the face is really the most important, or whatever the case is, because most times people don't see other parts of your body unless it's a nice hot day and you want to show skin, and then you like, I can't really do that because I have all this going on. So yeah, and I've seen some females with like dark bikini lines, and I'm like, oh, she's
Comfortable. Wow. Yeah. And sometimes I see these, light-skinned guys with like dark necks, and I'm just looking like, I'm wondering whose neck is darker. Like, you wear a lot of chains.
or you see a person with like really dark knees, and it's kind of like,
So what do you do?
and you got some people who have like really dark underarms because they shave and they have like razor burn or something like that. And you see them in the club and they got their arm up like,
And it's kind of like, she forgot.
with that being said, I want you guys to live life, and I will see you in the next video.